Hello everybody, this is RJ. I'm going to show you a really neat card trick. This is something that you've never seen before. It's because it's a combination of a few different tricks and a few different routines put in one. So I need to move kind of fast so I can show you the tutorial as well. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to have somebody pick a couple cards. They're going to put them back inside the deck. You can do it that way and do a force. I'm going to do something different here, and the cards can be examined before and afterwards. You're going to continue to cut the cards quarter of the way down and half the way down, then you're going to fan them out. They're going to tell you when to stop when you come to the two first face down cards, and when you do that, you're going to show them that the cards are the Jack of Hearts and the Nine of Clubs. And you're going to just take cards, you're going to put them together, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to give them a really good shuffle, and you tell them to tell you when to stop. You can do this a couple times, and we'll just say on the next time that they tell you when to stop. They say stop right there. You're going to make 4 piles, just like that. Okay, and you're going to say point to 2 piles. Let's just say they point to these 2. You're going to say okay, we'll put those over there. Alright, you got 2 piles left now. Point to one or the other. And they're going to say, oh, I like that pile. You say okay. Alright, now basically you have this pile and this pile left. You're going to say point to one pile. Let's just say they say this pile. And you say okay, we're going to put that on top of there. Now you're going to tell them that you're going to continue to do a shuffle where you're going to just turn the cards, a bunch of cards face up and face down. We're going to just mix them up real good here, just like this. Alright, so they're nice and mangled. Alright, face up, face down cards, just like so. Alright, you can do you can actually do every one like that and mix them up really good. It really doesn't matter. So basically, you're going to do that, and let me just put those on top. It really doesn't matter. And then to prove to them that you've mixed them up, you're going to show that the cards are face up, face down in some areas, and face to face some areas. In other areas, they might even be back to back. There's a good example of where they're back to back, so you can see that they're certainly are mixed up really, really well. And you're going to say a few magic words, snap your fingers, and when you fan out the cards, all the cards are going to instantly straighten themselves out to every single one of them being face down, except for the 2 chosen cards, which is the Jack of Hearts and the Nine of Clubs. Now for the tutorial. Alright, the force cards were always on top to begin with. Alright, so the Jack of Hearts and Nine of Clubs was on the top. What happens is when you cut it a quarter of the way through and then half the way through, they automatically position themselves as the first 2 cards face down. So as you can see, that happens. Alright, and then the next thing that you do, and you want to do this quick but not too quick, and talk the whole time you're doing it, just so you know that you're not trying to hide anything. You're going to take that Jack of Hearts, Nine of Clubs, and you're going to just casually put them on the bottom and continue what you're going to do. Then you're going to do a Hindu shuffle. So you're going to go like this here, right? Just make sure each time that you keep them on the bottom, maintain control of where your card's at. There they are. Okay, don't forget where they're at. All right, do this a couple times. Try to do this quickly so we don't run out of time, so I can upload this for y'all. Alright, we're keeping them on the bottom. They say stop. Let's just say they do it right there. Okay, I know that your cards are still here, so I'm going to, this is the pile with the 2 cards on the bottom. I'm going to make 4 piles. Point to 2 piles, it doesn't matter. You don't say pick, you say point. Let's say they point to these 2, okay. Alright, there's 2 piles left. You say point to 1, let's say they point to this one. It doesn't matter if they point to this one, you're going to maintain control over this pile, but in their mind they're going to think they're in control the whole time. So they say point to this pile, okay, that leaves 2 piles left now. Point to a pile. They point to this one, okay, you're still maintaining those 2 cards on the bottom. But they still think that they're in control, but you're still in control the whole time. Jack of Hearts, Nine of Clubs on the bottom. So you do a sloppy shuffle. That's what this is referred to as. As you're turning cards face up and face down, what you're ultimately doing to simplify this is you're making 1 pile that's going to end up being face down and 1 pile that's going to end up being face up. And by doing this, when you cut the cards on the bottom right there. Okay, so when I turn these over, I'm going to take those cards that were forced, I'm putting them on the top, nice and smooth without you know, in which I don't know if you caught it the first time. And then you're going to, as you can see, you know, just by going like this here, it appears as though the cards are face up, face down, completely mixed. In reality, you have one pile that's completely face down and one pile that's completely face up, except for those two chosen cards. So when you get to this, as you're cutting them, when you get to the part where you say, well, look at there, there's even back-to-back cards, you're flipping them, thus putting their two cards, the only face-up cards in the deck. So when you go to fan them out, you've got a wonderful trick to show your friends. There's the only two cards that are face-up, again, the Jack of Hearts and the Nine of Clubs. And my friends, that is how you do it. This is a great trick for beginners, as it requires absolutely no sleight of hand, requires a little bit of practice. Practice the sloppy shuffle, practice the Hindu shuffle. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll be putting a web address up of something that I do. It's called mylikes.com. I would highly recommend that you sign up for that. It's completely free. All you have to do is basically you're advertising for companies, and they're paying you 15, 20 cents, 10 cents a click, and you can make some serious cash doing nothing but, while you're surfing the web, just advertising for people that are trying to sell stuff. It's really that simple. Check it out. Hope you enjoyed the trick. Again, don't forget to subscribe. This is RJ signing out. Hope you have a great night.